Lamar Jackson, Ravens deliver landmark win over defending champ Pats. Baltimore quarterback Lamar Jackson delivered the most monumental victory of his career, and the Baltimore Ravens can stake their claim to being the AFC's best team. Before a national television audience, the Ravens stomped the undefeated and defending Super Bowl champion New England Patriots 37-20 on the strength of Jackson's elusiveness, a punishing running game and an opportunistic defense. Jackson ran for 2 touchdowns and threw for another, which caused the sellout crowd at M&T Bank Stadium to serenade him with chants of MVP in the game's final minutes. Sidestepping and slashing past a defense that stacked the box, he finished with 224 yards of total offense, throwing for 163 yards and rushing for 61. Jackson's record as a starter improved to 12-3, but none of those victories has been more impressive than this one. Jackson and the Ravens upset the NFL's most decorated quarterback and coach, as well as a defense off to a historic start. The Ravens scored 4 offensive touchdowns against a New England defense that had allowed 4 offensive touchdowns in its first 8 games. Baltimore scored 37 points against a team that hadn't allowed more than 14 in a game this season. Baltimore not only showed that it belongs in the same class as New England, but the Ravens are also threatening the Patriots' hold on the AFC's top seed at the midway point of the season. The Ravens, 6-2, are 1.5 games back of the Patriots for home field advantage throughout the playoffs. The Ravens' first win against the Patriots since the 2012 AFC Championship game was more than a one-man show. Mark Ingram and Gus Edwards contributed to a rushing attack that totaled 210 yards. The often maligned Ravens defense relentlessly hit Tom Brady and forced 2 turnovers. This marked the 5th 6-2 start by the Ravens and their first since their 2012 Super Bowl season. Describe the game in 2 words: streak breaker. The Ravens did more than end the Patriots' 13-game winning streak, including playoffs. Jackson ended New England's streak of 21 straight wins against first- or second-year starting quarterbacks, the longest such streak in NFL history, according to the Elias Sports Bureau. Promising trend, Marlon Humphrey as a playmaker. With Baltimore up 17-13, it looked like the Patriots were marching down the field to take their first lead. But linebacker Patrick Onwueser forced Patriots wide receiver Julian Edelman to fumble, and Humphrey returned it 70 yards for a touchdown. It was the longest fumble return in the Ravens' 24-year franchise history. It was also the second straight game in which Humphrey reached the end zone. He scored on an 18-yard fumble return in Week 7 at Seattle. Pivotal play, Nick Boyle's 5-yard touchdown catch from Jackson in the 4th quarter. After the Patriots closed to 24-20, the Ravens answered with a 14-play, 81-yard drive. This 8-minute, 9-second drive was the longest against New England in the past 2 seasons. It also ended the longest touchdown drought by an active wide receiver or tight end. Boyle caught the first touchdown of his career on his 91st reception, which covered his first 4.5 seasons in the league.